Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another music review. This is Bryce, and on the last couple reviews, we've been kind of going through the golden age of Christian music. Took a look at two of my three favorite groups from that era, Casting Crowns and Mercy Me, and today we're going to take a look at the third one, and that is, ironically, Third Day. Third Day, I was doing a little bit of research before actually recording this, and Third Day has actually been around a lot longer than I realized. And not only that, consequentially, there are several albums that they have put out that I actually do not own. The one that we're going to be taking a look at today, Wire, is actually ever since signing with a major label, it's their seventh album that they've put out. But if you count their independent stuff that they made with Grey Dot, then it's actually their ninth album. So yeah, it's so much a Third Day history that I did not even realize. I mean, I knew there was like a couple albums that I didn't have, but I wasn't really concerned with, and then come to find out, I really probably should have been. So, but that's okay because this was right around that. Wire was released right around that golden age period. It was released in 2004, and I remember when this one came out. This one had a lot of good reviews, good things going for it. I think it won a Dove Award for like best Christian rock album or something like that. But since I feel bad doing this since this isn't the first album they put out, but since it's the first time that we're reviewing an album from Third Day, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna mention the band members. The band members as of this point, as of 2004, we have Mr. Ty Anderson on bass, Brad Avery on guitars, David Carr on drums, Mark Lee on guitars, and Mr. Mac Powell vocals and acoustic guitar. And anybody who follows up on Christian music ought to know who Mac Powell is, aside from being the voice of Third Day, because Mac Powell has one of the most unique, distinguishing voices that I have ever heard in my life. All right, so Wire, like I said, Wire was released back in 2004. It was released by Essential Records, who in doing a little bit of research and trying to understand how this works, the Provident Label Group is actually several different labels that are all kind of together under this one network. Like when Third Day originally got signed by a label group, they got signed by Reunion, who is also part of the Provident group, but now Third Day is with Essential. So they're still under the Provident label group, but they're with Essential Records now instead of Reunion Records. So that's kind of how all that works. And really not much else to go or to say about that. Let's take a look at the songs themselves. I think we have here 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think like 13 songs here. And if I'm wrong, well, oh well. Alright, so track 1, Till the Day I Die. So this is a great start to the album. This basically, the song is from what I can tell is from God's perspective. It is proclaiming his covenant that he is wishing that he makes with us, and he wants to make with people who will actually turn to, or that may or may not come to him. Like, he wants to make it with everybody, but for the ones who accept his sacrifice, this is essentially and believe in him. This is basically what he is saying to us by, this is just his covenant to us, is basically, I'm ruining the song more I talk about it, but it's such a good song though. I was reading, I was just kind of like reading around, and I noticed like one guy said like, um, Third Day just got back to the nitty gritty kind of going from whatever it was they were doing, going back to rock, and don't have anything to compare that to unless I compare it to future albums. And I would definitely say this is definitely like a nitty gritty kind of album, but this is my kind of an album. I love Third Day for this kind of stuff. I love Third Day for anything they do, but this is like really good. And one of the reasons why is because the guitar in this song and in many of the other songs takes a very prominent role, especially whenever Mac isn't singing. So the guitar definitely carries this album. Similar situation in the next song, Come On Back to Me. This song is basically from God's perspective to those who have strayed from Him, and even in some cases those who have never known Him. It's again, the guitar carries this one. It's just this really bouncy, catchy kind of a song, and what's cool about this one. This was featured in the soundtrack for Facing the Giants. I mean, it was on the movie. It was during the little montage of the players starting to turn their life around for God, hoorah, and all that. But yeah, it was made Facing the Giants, which is pretty cool. It has a really good guitar solo in it too. Let's move on. Track 3, Wire. This one kind of it starts to slow the pace of the album down, but it's not bad. The singer is he compares both speaking to a crowd and being at the top in life to walking on a wire. It's essentially a song of peer pressure and dealing with just different things in life, and it's we're gonna face pressure in life, but I mean we really if we're walking in God's direction, then we might feel a little bit of the pressure, but it's only just more cause for us to turn to Him and give Him control over things. All right, track 4, Rockstar. So this I kind of like this one just because to me it's just like a comedic song, really. It's about how the singer wants to be a rock star, but because of all the stupid things that rock stars have to do, like how they basically have to succumb to their own fame in order to stay famous. He flat out says it. He doesn't have what it takes to be a rock star. He can't sell himself out to medias and to drugs and things like that. I mean, he basically can't do it. But then in the bridge he makes the tie back to to Jesus. He can still play for Him and all of that. So he doesn't. In other words, I don't play for the world anyway. I play for Jesus, which is awesome. All right, so I Believe is track 5. I Believe is really good. This one kind of seems to be based off of 1 Corinthians 13, and I say that because of how faith and hope are good, but love is the greatest of the faith, hope, love quality. That's kind of what the chorus is like, and even the verses to a degree. So the musicality is just like that of the first couple songs from the track. It's just really, really good and so much fun to play to. So I definitely recommend that one. I wish they would have elaborated a little bit more on the love part. Like they could have had a bridge that did that maybe, but that's really me nitpicking. It's a shame. in this one, the singer laments for this girl who throws her life away on fear and false hope. That's really what it is. It's worth a listen to. I don't. I mean, I obviously this is not going to be a song for worship, but it's a song to listen to. You know, that to make you maybe stop and think about your own situation in life, or maybe some other people's situations in life, and try to see what you can do or what God wants you to do to change that. So just think about it. So you have then next we have track 7, which is Blind, and basically in this one, looking back on his past, I have singer is amazed how he couldn't see God, and he just can't believe it. It's like he just is flabbergasted with himself. Is like, how could I have been so blind that I didn't see you anywhere? Like, it just. But often too many times that's the case though, and it's not necessarily a bad thing because when we finally do look back on our lives and we see where God is moving, it really is then that we can appreciate just how much in control God really is. So it's not necessarily, like I said, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but at the same time, I would also say too, you don't want to just flat out not be looking for God while you're going through stuff either, because if you're not doing that, then chances are, you're not going to probably get out of your situation anytime soon. It's not a guarantee either way. I understand that, but it's you want you to be able to learn or grow in whatever way that God wants you to learn or grow as you're going through something. You have to be looking for him. You have to be looking for him in it. But then when you finally make it through, depending on the situation, when you finally make it through and you look back, and like I said earlier, that's when you begin to appreciate the work of God in your life. So let's move on. Track 8 is I Got a Feeling. So the lyrics for this one are a little hard to understand, but basically what he's trying to say is there's a message to proclaim. I think he's trying to say don't hold it back, but honestly I really can't tell. The music in this one is really overpowering. I know a lot of people complain about rock music because like the music kind of tends to overshadow the message, and generally I think people are full of it, but in this song I can actually kind of see where they're coming from. This one, for one thing, I don't know, the lyrics just almost seem a little bit too cryptic to me, which is not what you want to get across at all. I don't think. I'm all for getting people to think, but this one just doesn't seem to do that for me. And then at times you can't even understand what's trying to be said because the music actually does tend to get a little bit overpowering. And I'm not sure if it was written to be that way or if the mixers just goofed up in the production phase, but I don't know. That's my opinion. Track 9, You Are Mine. So this one starts with acoustic guitar. It's a reminder that God showed us love by His sacrifice. It's really good. It's not the most intimate song in the world that I've ever heard, but it's I think it's supposed to be along those lines. It's okay. Innocent. So this is an even slower song. This talks about how before we were guilty, but now we are free. That's essentially the point of the message. And so yeah, I would definitely take a look at this one. It's okay. I mean, I really don't have a lot to say about it. It's just, it's a good song. Billy Brown is the next one, and so this is kind of interesting. This is a song about a celebrity who is, in many cases, like is actually a good witness, but um, I think the subtlety of what the song is trying to get across is you have this town of people who are just ready to, drop and do anything for this person where they're just so willing to follow a celebrity. And unfortunately for them, from the description, it sounds like this guy's a pretty good person to follow. But I mean, think about society today and how we just like we surrender our identities to basically look like celebrities, and all we want to be is celebrities and things like that. And think that's kind of like the hidden message it's trying to get across. San Angelo is next. I just don't get this one. I really don't. The verses depict someone lost or under attack from doubt, and it seems like it's a really good song, and he seems to be asking answers or asking someone for answers in the chorus. But what I don't get, it never identifies who is San Angelo, because he's essentially asking San Angelo for answers, I guess. I mean, but it never who is San Angelo? I don't get it. I mean, I really don't. I love Third Day, don't get me wrong, but this song just flat out does not make sense to me. I just don't get it. I mean, musically it's not bad, but I mean, musically it's just like this slow, stuck in a rut kind of a style, and it complements the singer's feelings, I guess. But I mean, it just, Lord, this one just doesn't do anything for me. Um, Finally, the last one is "I Will Hold My Head High." Basically, the point of this one, no matter what God puts him through, the singer will go through it proudly. That kind of goes back to what we were talking about a few songs ago. I don't even remember which one it was. It was might have been Blind or something like that. Can't remember, but it's a similar situation though of even some other songs that we've addressed from other artists is basic, but it's it's kind of like how the disciples were counted it as a joy that they were worthy to experience dishonor. It's the fact that it doesn't matter what God decides to take us through, because God wants us to be in it. It's like in a sense we can use that as our motivator of, well, He wants me here, so no matter what happens, I know it's according to His will, so I'm going to be okay with it. Is essentially what he's saying. And that's the last track on here. So, what are my personal recommendations? I would say quite easily, Till the Day I Die, Come On Back to Me, which I don't think I mentioned it. Not only was Come On Back to Me on Facing the Giants, but I believe it was also a single. I think Wire was a single too, but I don't have Wire in my top recommendations, although it's definitely worth a listen to. But it's not in my top recommendations. I would say, so like I said, we got Till the Day I Die, Come On Back to Me, I Believe, which was also a single. And I have on here, this also from my top recommendations, I would put Blind on there, just because I know Blind wasn't on the radio, but Blind just has this really, I don't know what it is about it. It's just like the music again. It fits that style that the other songs that I mentioned have that kind of, it's a gritty rock kind of style. But I mean, at the same time, it's just like you're not the lyrics don't have you focused on the music so much. They just the music complements the lyrics, but it's not about the music so much. Unlike the one song that I mentioned where it was too overpowering, like I Got a Feeling. That one's about the music, not about the lyrics. But not so with Blind. And I think Blind is a really good one. The message of it is a really good one for people to go back and listen to, just because for a lot of people that is them. So that's why I would recommend that. All right, you guys. Well, that's it for our review for Wire. Um, I hope you guys enjoyed the review, and I have an idea of what I'm gonna do for the next review. I was going to keep it within Golden Age Christian artists, but I'm going to change it up a little bit. I'm going to explain it a little bit more when I actually release the next review. But for now, um, if you guys have any comments, questions that or articles that you want to send to us, please send them to cootedexpressions@gmail.com, and I'll take a look at those. Um, in either case, I hope you guys have enjoyed this review. My name is Bryce, and I will see you next time.